making of this record has just been such a positive experience. I can't say that there's been any kind of challenge, yet the whole thing has been a challenge, you know?
I think the hardest part is you got 4 guys in this band that are all creme de la creme at everything that they do. So it's varying degrees of good, and you've got to find awesome. And sometimes it's harder to find awesome and good than it is to find good and really bad. That's what it comes down to.
Makes it better or worse. Do it again.
A lot of guys, you know, they just sort of want to get in and get out, especially when it comes to guitars. And I love the fact that we will sit there and work on something until we get it right.
I know what he's capable of. So, I mean, he can come in here on an off day and kind of play whatever, and it's better than most. But when you know, when you've seen him, especially after all the weeks in rehearsal and, you know, growing up watching, I know what he can do. So when it's like, okay, that's acceptable, it's like, no, I want the best at all times out of you.
He knows I can do it again. And he won't let me just go, oh, I can only do a couple takes. He'll make me do it until I do it better. I'm not used to that.
I'm happy that I'm pushing him hard because he's badass, so push him hard. See what you get.
Both Slash and Elvis, I see both those guys the same way as 2 of the hardest working, if not the hardest working guys I know in this business. I think that's why this has worked out very well, because I think they see that. They're like, oh, he's like me. He's completely beyond driven. And I think that that's why they're both as good as they are.
Myles is somebody that I've never had to argue about anything with, you know. And we just make stuff up and figure it out, and if something doesn't work, it doesn't work. If something does work, we use it and we just keep going.
Yeah, I know. I have. Last night when I heard the solo that he plays on what's called Battleground, everything from the tone to his performance was so good. I get to be a part of this. That's something none of us take for granted. It's a good thing to get to play music with people that you respect.
There's been some kids that have said something along the lines of my being a hero to them, but I've met a good handful of heroes that I had growing up. Some of them I gotten to know personally. At that moment, you sort of become as regular as possible and try not to make somebody feel uncomfortable. Maybe after shows or something, some kids will come up and say that they started playing guitar because, you know, and that's just a huge compliment. You just stop and appreciate it, and then you just keep moving on and working on it, you know.
But these are great.
Aren't they?
And they just...
But you got, like, we did